What's going on? It's me, NYA, that stands for Now You're Aware. And honestly, I don't have anything super duper special to talk about other than just something that I've been able to hear a lot from different people lately, especially the last couple days, the last week. I feel like there's been definitely some things going on in the world and people just trying to navigate their feelings and everything the best way that they can. I don't like to say that life is full of ups and downs because I truly believe that if you decide that you live a charmed life and all you experience are ups, that's exactly what your life is going to be. So I say that to say that the most comforting feeling for me is actually when things seem like they're going wrong in the 3D, because if you know anything about the physics on this earth, everything is vibrating tightly to the point where when things materialize, you can physically touch it. So the rate and speed at which things come to life and happen is mad slow on earth, which is why they say on earth as in heaven, the temple of God is within. And the second you decide and say, oh, I'm the wealthiest person on earth, it's done. Creation is done. The cause happens within, and that's done. That happens in the speed of light, blink of an eye. And I feel like depending on the frequency and vibration of the thing that you desire, and also the way your self-concept is set up for yourself, the speed that it materializes, it depends on you. When things start to happen that seem like the opposite of what you just said that you wanted, to me, I'm just like, okay, bet, show me your best. Because honestly, I feel like everything is always just working for us. Like, you're being put in a position that is 100 times out of 10 placing you in a different mindset of the thing that you desire to be. Like, it's giving you a chance. Like, I'm 24, so if I decide that I'm the wealthiest person in the world, I'm going to look around and I'm going to see things of a person who doesn't quite reflect that, because I have 24 years of people, place, environments, all types of things around me of that old frequency. So the hardest part is for people to look around their friends, family, where they live, everything, and be like, how could I say this, but I have to play this same old part. And that could be difficult unless you think of it as it's there to help you. And it may sound like I'm rambling on, because I started this by saying that, people have been going through a tough time right now. And I feel like you could go about it two ways. When things happen to you, you could simply be like, this is who I say I am, and kind of like ignore what's happening around you. Or you can sit with the feeling, not identify with the feeling, and just, keep moving forward. But that depends on you, honestly. Because honestly, you could ignore what's going on. And I know there's so many people on this app that say, no, don't ignore the 3D, don't ignore the 3D. And I don't want to say it that harshly, as like, oh, my house is on fire, I'm not going to shed no tears about it. I don't even mean it like that. I mean it as like, you're just observing it, you're not taking it in. You decide that this person is your significant other, and maybe they haven't even reached out to you in decades. I mean, you ignore that and you still decide this person is my significant other. You still stay in that wish fulfilled. That's what I mean. So when things happen that seem to be the opposite of what you've been deciding on, I feel like you are being placed in the best position possible for yourself to stand on that vibration of the person, of what what you desire to be, right? Because if everything was so sweet and magical all of a sudden, you're going to feel like you're missing something. People who grew up with all the money and stuff, sometimes they go through a moment in their lifetime where they're just like, I feel like there wasn't anything difficult in my life, or maybe I didn't earn anything. And you know, I can understand that. I mean, we were all born in the dark. But I say this to say that difficult times do not last. But you surely do get to a point where you get so aware of your emotions to where if the opposite of what you decide on is occurring around you, you easily can accumulate different breathing exercises that bring you back to one. Because I feel like the easiest way that people start getting anxiety and stuff is when they're thinking too much into the future on something that has not even happened yet. In the now, there is nothing happening. Most times when people are feeling anxiety, depression, these are all invisible threats, to where when you look around, there's nothing happening to you. There's no actual threat happening to you. And I feel like when people come out their body and they're able to bring themselves back to one, they're able to lock in with themselves and figure out the different ways to where they can come back into the present moment. They're able to feel more peace within and then without, because the world is going to be the world and continue to be what it is being, and the more that you're able to have that peace within, the more that you're not going to see that pain and sadness. You're not going to perceive it as that. You're going to live your life in peace, honestly. And coming to that conclusion with everything going on in the world, I know some people, they'll be like, so you're just going to ignore what's going on over there, or you're going to ignore what's going on with your family member that's not doing too well. And just like the conversation that we're having, it's not, oh, I'm going to ignore that. I'm going to observe it, do what I can do for myself within that moment, within however long I need to. But I have tools to where if that doctor told me something about my mother, I'm going to be like, oh no, absolutely not. My mother's in perfect health. And every time you say something to me, I'm like, oh, absolutely not. And I'll even go as far as to visualize something to where the doctor's like, oh, wow, that's a miracle. And I'm going to make further videos as to how I've done this countless times with myself, friends, family. Like, I refuse to allow the 3D to tell me something. Who is you? You know what I mean? You have to have that. You have to have that attitude. Who are you? You know what I mean? Like, the most successful people in this world, they have beautiful ideas that they brought to life. And when people came and they started saying the opposite, they're like, well, who do you feel like? That's my favorite saying. Who do you feel like? And yeah, if you're going through a difficult time, it does not last. Especially if you decide that it doesn't. What's the point? One thing that I think is such a beautiful way of thinking is deciding on what you want because your mind has already set a default. My storage started to play with me, but your brain has a default where it's already negative. Why not have your thoughts reflect a positive desire? Why not manipulate your mind into thinking in a way that actually helps you and not controls you? Because if it's not doing the positive, it's doing the negative. Why not try that? Anyway, before my phone starts saying all types of other stuff, I'll see you next time.